Welcome to Pandora's box of museum delights. It's not always the grandest, poshest museums that leave the biggest impression. This must be a contender for the smallest museum
in the world.
It's just someone's front room window that's been converted into a cabinet of curiosities, located in the seaside town of Brighton. Can you read this microscopic handwriting without a magnifying glass? And check out these teaspoon-sized books. Well, they do say that less is more. Sometimes it pays to specialise in the narrowest of topics, turning the mundane into the insane, as in this Teapot museum, from which you can get a cup of tea, of course, not far from Maidstone, Kent. Many English towns have their own museums tagged on to their public libraries, always worth a look. Often tourist attractions such as the Shell Grotto in the coastal town of Margate come with their own mini museums, in this case Shell related of course. And then winding our way through an intriguing array of backstreet independent Margate stores, we stumble across the world's #1 crab museum. Even the corridor to the place is an existential journey through the history of life itself, showing how much of an insignificant speck we humans are in the grand scheme of things. You've heard of Jaws, but what about Santa Claus? There seems to be a bit of a recurring theme here. Perhaps there's something in the sea air that's providing a quirky creative catalyst for reimagining the museum concept. Museums aren't about collecting cobwebs in a dusty drawer. It should be a springboard for future ideas too. And no museum seems to embody this zeitgeist more than the clunkily titled but ingenious This Museum Is Not Obsolete. Located in the coastal town of Ramsgate, nothing is obsolete to the imaginative mind. The future is merely a recombination of elements from the past and present, creating infinitely many imperfect but almost as good futures, rather than being schooled into thinking there's only one sacred, correct way of doing things. Upcycle, recycle, repurpose, modified a bit, so much so that you don't even know what is old and new anymore, as the lines blur between the past and the present, so that we can reimagine our own futures too. Thank you for watching my video, and please feel free to leave a comment and feedback. Now that you see that video, you might want to click on these other cardboard adventures.